enjoyed it. So, welcome to Global Folk Vibe, and I'm excited to see all of you. And we are going to begin. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this. Um, I'm glad you're all here, and we're going to begin.
Hi everyone, welcome to Global Folk Vibe. I'll just start reading the acknowledgement. We would like to collectively take a moment to acknowledge all indigenous and first people of the land and space in which we live and breathe. For our community at Highline College, we recognize that we are on occupied Duwamish, Corsalis, Muckleshoot, and Puyallup lands, and we want to thank all relations and tribe today as we prepare to hold space as community. We recognize that all of us are joining this conversation from different areas, so we also want to invite you to reflect and thank indigenous and first people of the land and spaces in which we are coming from. And now I'll just pass it to Imelda.
Hi everyone, my name is Imelda, she, her pronouns, and we're just gonna talk about a little bit about community agreement. We can just move on to the next slide. This is just a GSA community agreement that we have put together. Feel free to add any that you guys would like on the chat. The first bullet is don't yuck my yum. Approach differences in culture with curiosity. That's interesting, not that's weird. Actively engage in the program. Don't make judgments or stereotypes. Put yourself in other shoes. Step up, step back. If you usually participate, give space for others. If you are usually quieter, step up to engage in the conversation. One mic, one diva, not interrupting each other. One person talks at a time. And what is shared here stays here. As well, feel free to add any in the chat box. Go ahead and move on to the next slide. And we are going to go ahead and add in the chat box, if you guys could go ahead and sign in. This will help us support on future events and how we could improve.
Thank you, Imelda. Um, this is Anita, and I'm going to be just giving you guys a background of what folk music and dance is. And yeah, here we go. So, folk dance is like, sorry, go back to the slide, please. Folk dance is a dance developed by people that reflect the life of the people of certain country or region. Folk music is music that originates in traditional popular culture or that is written in such a style. So I'm guessing you guys are wondering why the event, what is the importance? And here we go. So I think every society is defined by, among other things, that is artistic contributions and achievements. The participation or observation of these traditions creates a sense of identity and belonging. Well, songs and dance binds us together from all corners of the globe. Singing, dancing, these are things that we all do and have been doing since we first walked the earth. How and why each culture sings and dances carries a stamp of uniqueness, like telling so many stories about our culture, history, and beliefs of our people. Well, the differences and the similarities as well, they demonstrate the living beauty of our world shared diversity. So I'm gonna give you guys a little treat to my own culture. And I am a Maasai, half Kikuyu. I'm from Kenya. And I'm just going to, this is me in my traditional wear. Yeah, here we go. So I'll introduce you guys to a Maasai jumping dance, which is a famous jumping dance where men jump as high as possible. It's called the Adamu. There are no drums, just voices and as instruments, I mean, and you're trying to make the rhythm. It's done as a celebration to mark the rite of passage, to welcome young men to the next stage of their lives. So the jumping also acts as a way for men to attract brides. Anish wanted to try this. The higher one jumps, the more of an eligible bachelor you are. So just trying to point that if you're interested. So guys, how high do you think the Maasais can jump? I'd like you guys to just either unmute yourself and say it or comment in the chat.
7 feet.
7 feet. 3 feet.
5 feet.
Okay. Anyone else? 6 feet, Zaini? Okay. Well, any other guesses? 5 feet. There's a lot of 5 feet here. Interesting. So 6.5. Close-ish. Any more guesses? 8 feet. Very close, Martin. Okay.
12 feet.
Whoa, okay, that would be something.
Okay, 10 and a half.
Awesome guesses, guys. Okay, we're going to go to the next slide. So they can actually jump as high as 8 feet 4 inches. What do you guys think? So I will play a video of an example of what I'm talking about so you guys can see. Thank you, Miles. So that was an example of what I was talking about. And I need you guys to at least try something with me. So it looks easy at first when you see people jumping and you're like a jumping dance. So I want you guys to try jump. You're using your both feet, so you're jumping with your both feet at the same time. And we're going to see how high you can jump. If you guys are comfortable on like having your cameras on, please. And let's see how high you can jump. Please, guys, let's try it. Let's go. Anyone willing to try? Come on, guys. You see, I have my side wear right now, and I like to see you guys try.
It's not going to be a jump. It's going to be a hop.
I just jumped 6 3/4 feet.
Ooh, good. But what did you realize? I mean, you start to realize so fast that it's not as easy as you'd think. And I'm going to pass it to Miles, and he has a presentation for you guys.
So this is Vietnamese folk culture. Múa rối nước, also known as water puppetry, is a unique traditional folk theater art from the wet rice culture. From an art with folk elements, water puppetry has become a traditional art, a special creation of the Vietnamese. It is hard to imagine how it's gonna work, so I have a video for you guys to figure it out, how it looks like. Rủ nhau đi cấy thì cày. Bây giờ So this is like lots of people standing behind the scene, and then they start to control the puppetry, and they're telling the content of the puppetry is like telling the story from history. We're celebrating this folk dance in our big holidays such as Lunar New Year, and a lot of festival like in our countries that is some of the countries playing that. Yeah. So I'm gonna pass it to Anita.
Sorry, I'm muted. Thank you, Miles. That was super cool. So we are going to go to a discussion session where we're going to examine cultural appropriation through art, that is music and dance. And I have a TED video for you guys, and if you guys could watch this and we could have a discussion.
This holiday at T-Mobile, get an iPhone 12 with 5G on us on every single plan.
So these are the rhythm bones. They are individual curved pieces of bone, or in my case, wood, and these bones are made of rosewood. And they are considered to be one of the oldest instruments in the world, and they've been found all over the world. From ancient Egypt, they were called clappers. Greece, they were popular in the Roman Empire. India and Ireland, which is how they made it to America. In my journey as a bluegrass rhythm bones player, I've been told many times in many different ways that I don't belong. I've been told that old time music and bluegrass music have nothing to do with Black people, when in reality, Blackness is in the essence of this music. The Bones became well known in America in the mid 1800s through the Blackface minstrel show, which was a massively popular form of entertainment. It was comparable to what going to the movies is like for us. The Blackface minstrel show, it appropriated and caricatured Black music, dance, culture, and speech. And the bones were one of the featured instruments of Blackface minstrelsy, along with the banjo, the fiddle, and the tambourine. White entertainers would cover their faces in black paint and perform incredibly dehumanizing stereotypes of Southern Black slaves and Northern ex-slaves. And minstrelsy really confirmed and reinforced white people's ideas about the inferior nature of Black folks. So, and it began a long tradition of Black music being appropriated for popular audiences. So when I think on these things, I can't help but ask what it means to be a bones player in this day and age, given this violent history attached to it. And I can't help but ask what it means to be a Black bones player. A process of healing, decolonizing, and reclaiming is necessary in order for us to move forward. So I first want to celebrate the many Black folks who are performing in bluegrass today, who are killing it, and there are many, there are more than you may think, who are doing this work of reclaiming the space for Black people. And I want to give thanks to the countless Black entertainers who sacrificed and paved the way to a point in history where I can be on the stage and not have to perform a stereotype and not have to cater to anyone else's idea of what Blackness means. So, yes. Yeah. Yeah. So y'all are probably wondering who this seat is for. I now want to invite my dear friend and collaborator, Jake Hoffman, out, and we're gonna play y'all a few tunes with bones and banjo together.
Thank you very much. That was our interpretation of a piece called the Patroller Song. And that was a tune that was present in gatherings and dances of Black people in the South in the time before the Civil War, and it's still played in the old-time music community today. This instrument, the banjo, was created by artists and craftspeople who were enslaved in the southern United States and the Caribbean islands. It came from direct memories and cultural memory of African lutes and harps with strings resonating over a stretched hide. But I came to know this instrument through white culture, through predominantly white music like hillbilly and country music. As Kafari mentioned, the banjo played a critical role in the blackface minstrel show. And it became a symbol and also a direct communicator of white supremacist culture. Minstrelsy, get this, minstrelsy was the most popular form of entertainment in the 19th century. So this ripped the banjo out of Black history and appropriated it so deeply into white culture that by the time that I came across it, I thought of it as the preeminent symbol of rural whiteness and the tool for the white underdog to express his feelings in song. And that's why I felt comfortable first embracing it. Learning a greater history of the banjo has been depressing and infuriating. And thinking about how I fit into this modern world as a banjoist is confusing and uncomfortable because it makes me think of all the ways that I've condoned the erasure of Black history and Black art.
And before we get into this last song, it's crazy that Black people are able to listen to old-time music and bluegrass music and not hear the music of our ancestors. And that's because of cultural appropriation, which is something that is still happening. It's real and alive. And we need to inquire into our traditions to ask if they're inclusive and if they're people being sacrificed. This next song is called Lost Child, and it's more of a fiddle tune. And it was first recorded in the 1920s by the Stripling Brothers, a white string band from Alabama.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miles. I know that was long, but I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something from it. And so we are going to have some discussions, and it's mostly on just a video we talked, I mean, we just saw. And I'd like you, we could go to breakout rooms and like discuss about these questions. There's no wrong or right answer, but remember our community agreements. Let's be respectful of people's views, and let's be sensitive on what we share. So if someone could just post these questions on the chat, and we can go to our breakout rooms and have a discussion.
Here you go. Should have been invited to join.
Oh, we're back. Hi, guys. So I hope you guys had interesting conversations. In our group, we really did. And I would ask people to share, every group, at least one person to share what came up and anything that was interesting on the questions that we could share as a group. That would be awesome.
Anita, I think group 2 is taking every second that they can, so they are still not back yet. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, we are going to wait for group 2.
I think they're back.
Awesome. So thank you guys for sharing, and I hope you guys had a great discussions in your groups, and we would like to discuss anything that was interesting in the breakout rooms, and we would have one or two people from each group to share what came up, anything that you find interesting on the questions that you like to discuss. It is open. Unmute yourself and let's discuss. Here is your chance. What did you guys discuss?
Okay, I will share for our group. We were Lupe, me, and Martin. We talked about how it's culture. We talked about how is folk culture important to us. Basically, we just came to an agreement that it's our culture thing was preserved and passed on to us by our ancestors, and it has a lot of value, and that's why it was important to us. And we also talked about cultural appreciation by and the appropriation. We just figured out what the difference were between those two, and we also talked about how we can just preserve it and pass it to the next generation and keep our culture alive. And that's pretty much all we talked about.
Thank you, Anish. That is important. And I wonder, what was the difference that you guys found that was different from appreciation and appropriation?
Martin, would you like to share something? I think he is here. Okay.
Was muted, but because we was different groups, I think it's fair enough to give someone from another group a chance to share.
Did any other group discuss on the question and
Mm,
willing to share.
for my understanding, I think culture appreciation is like you you appreciate some of the culture, and you get used to it, and you appreciate it. And about the appropriation, like something you want to change, like to suit the culture or something like that. That's what I think.
Awesome. Anyone else on the topic? Martin, you could share.
Thank you, Anita. You really insist, and I will call you out now. So, Anita. Anyway, thank you, Anita, for your presentation earlier. I was waiting for you to share also the dance, so that's why I'm saying I'll call you out on that. Um, so you were asking about question two. What is
Yeah.
the appreciation and difference between appropriation?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will not repeat what Gio just shared, but similar to what Gio just said. Um, in my group, I remember I mentioned that I used an example of our clothes and the Maasai cloth, especially, which has like the flags which are also in our Kenyan flag. And I said it's easy to spot a Kenyan in Highland because we are most likely wearing beads with our culture, with our colors, and those colors are found in those Maasai shukas. And so that's one way we appreciate our culture as Kenyans. And so it can be inappropriate for somebody just to put on our beads or um, the clothing without knowing the meaning behind it. And so I just shared also that it's good for people to be open. You might admire someone's clothes, but know the meaning behind it, know why people are wearing it before you put it on. So thank you. Thank you for putting me on the spot.
Thank you, Martin. Actually, you brought up a really good point. Thank you for sharing. And actually, I was reading about that, and I was also wondering if, for example, if you wear something from your own culture and yourself, you have no awareness of what it means or how it started, you're just wearing it. So how, I mean, I found that also interesting. Would you say that is, what would you call that? Anyone? Because like, for example, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm wearing the beads and the Masai shuka, and for a long time, I really, we wear it as just fashion, and it has a lot of meaning behind it. Colors, they have meanings, and it originated from somewhere. But I was just wearing because, okay, I'm a Maasai, I'm allowed to wear it, I guess. But like, I didn't know the meaning until recently. What would you call that?
I don't know, but I think that is a good question, and I feel like it's not my place to tell somebody what they can't wear from their own culture.
Yeah,
Um, Even if they may not understand, and I do understand, like who am I to go tell them? Like I feel like they take ownership of that, and if for me to respect their culture, I don't have I don't have that option to tell them any other thing.
that is a fair point. Yeah.
Like in my country, my traditional clothes is áo dài, but I've never wear this before until now, and then I just heard. I also heard a little bit about what about the history about áo dài, how is it make, and why it is important to our culture. Watch a lot of uh, movies on the theater, but I've never wear it till now.
That is interesting. Yeah, I
I
understand.
just want to add something on what Gio actually said. You find when I was back in Kenya, it was very rare for me to wear um, the beads or any clothing with the Kenyan flag or Kenyan colors until when I got out of the country. And now I'm so proud when I wear it. I feel like at home. I just shared with my group my pillow. I have my Kenyan flag on my pillow. And I think that's now goes back to what the question you asked about appreciation. And so that's how once people are out of where they are used to, where it's home, then they tend to become proud of where they are or even remember. And so yeah, sometimes some people I know don't even know exactly the meaning behind all the colors, all the beads, but the sense of just belonging comes to the realization. They come to realization of that once they are away from where they call home. And Karen wants to share too.
Hey, go, Karen.
Martin. Okay. Okay, hello, I'm Karen. Yeah, I was just talking about the food, what Martin said about the flag and stuff. When I was in Congo, I just wanted to eat some going out to eat pizza, burger and stuff. But when I'm here, oh my god, I'm missing food like home so bad. So when you are far away from something and then you realize that that thing was very important. I'm missing everything every day. Yeah, even clothes. In Congo, we used to wear pants, not usually like African clothes. But when I'm here, you wear it and everybody's loving it. Even if I see people wearing it, make me like very happy. Oh, this is beautiful. Where did you get it from? Oh no, I bought it in Africa. I was like, wow. And then you appreciate like what you guys like had. Yeah, that far away. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. I mean, I that is so true. For example, I remember coming here and just listening to music that are from like my country with like let's say Martin or Karen, and we're like, oh my god, like it was like such an awesome moment to like just hear your music. Uh, it just gives you a sense of identity or something. So if you guys are welcome, if you have anything else from the questions you'd like to discuss, but we are we are right on time. It is for at the end of the event, but you guys can stay here. We can still discuss some of the questions if you guys are interested, or listen to some good vibe um, music. So yeah, if you guys have anything more that you want to discuss, you are totally welcome. Going once.
Waiting for this dance.
So I'm gonna be sending a dance video because
I that down.
sorry, what, Karen? I didn't hear that.
Anita, you should have shown us the dance what the ladies normally do with the beads on the neck.
Yeah, I
Because
should
the one we
have.
showed is for the men. And that
It
one you
is
can show
true.
it while you're seated there because it's just yeah. Thank you, sure.
Oh,
And thank you for the presentation.
Martin, you're calling me out. I'm sorry, I asked you a question. Okay, I am. So they just shake their head like this with the vids. I'm not so good at that, but something of a similar. And you guys are welcome to dance with me. And and play some music.